banter.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. Costume change.
Jason Tempinski did that.
That was amazing.
It's a work of art. And you know what he said? He was like, oh, just so that you know, he's like, I don't do cheesy. And I was like, okay, because I'm thinking, I don't do cheesy. So the fact that he came up with that.
That was so extra and so worth it. It
That
has
was
to
neat.
be
That
like
was meaty.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So there you have it. Welcome. It's so theatrical. It actually got my heart pumping.
I mean, I feel like I was in a movie theater. I was like kicked back in the chair and kind of, okay, yeah. Mouth hanging open. That's awesome.
So amazing. Well, there you have it.
Yeah, here
welcome.
we are.
So good night. I guess
And then you get
playing that on a loop. We'll just play that over and over. That'll be the show.
That's the show.
Totally. Could you? Oh my God, that'd actually be funny. It's almost tempting to do that.
That is tempting to do, for real.
Mm-hmm.
Like every 5 minutes, just play it again.
Thank you, everyone who is here and joining us. I'm so excited. This is a dream trio.
Yeah. This is
I'm
my first
excited
time
to
meeting
be
Lisa.
here.
I'm excited.
I'm excited to meet you, Stouffer. I've watched you on here with Kevin. I think you are wonderful. And
Well, thank you.
So honored to be joining you guys. So
And likewise.
Treat. Gotta love a good threesome.
Who doesn't?
You know, different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
Keep it G-rated now.
Okay.
So welcome, everybody. Thank you for coming. And for those, I just wanted to mention, if you could check to see if you're subscribed. I feel like the whole subscriber thing is a funny thing. And lately, it just does some interesting things. I was at 5,000 and now I'm not.
Oh.
I had a show where there was lots of unwanted guests. And so in that, I think that they had upped my subscriber count. But I would love to announce my 5,000 subscriber contest. So we're going to keep an eye on that so that if we hit 5,000 today, because I think it's like 1 or 2 below that, then we will announce that. And yeah, Mercury retrograde, exactly. So thank you. Double check if you're subscribed. If you're not, push the subscribe. And then I got a lot of messages about people not getting notified. So I looked into it a bit. And if you, of course, push the bell, and if you leave a comment occasionally, apparently it ups the, I don't know, something to do with the inner working of it. Yeah. So if you leave the comment after or during or both, then it also ups your notification. It doesn't notify everybody, and that's just a thing apparently. So in that, I try my best to put things in my community tab to keep you posted. Hello to the new people, because I noticed that there's a lot of new subscribers. So I wanted to say welcome and thank you for being here. It's great to see some new faces. So, and of course, all of the regular, lovely family that's here. So hello to you. And a couple quick things. I've got Stouffer's and Lisa's information in the description. I'll start with Lisa is going to exclusively, we are announcing it here, that she has some openings in the month of October. So she is running a 1-hour private one-on-one session, a reading that is $55. Yes. So smoking hot deal in that. Wow. And so if you want to secure one of those limited spots for the month of October, you will reach out via email. And that is also in the description, lisa@spiritintuitivetarot.com. Reach her through email and she will assist you in the booking process. So did I forget anything around that?
No, that was wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, I love it. And then Stouffer, did you say you had anything you wanted to share?
Yeah, always.
Tell
I'll think of
us.
something.
Tell us.
I too have openings for private readings and email readings. So you can go to my website, stophercavins.com, and book those. They're mostly weekdays because weekends are booking up with events, all those good Halloween events coming up. And then, as always, I've got the free Spirit Mediumship Development Circle on Tuesday evening, 6 p.m. Los Angeles time. So PDT.
And some people that have shared with me that have gone and participated in that are really enjoying it. So if you're interested in mediumship development, and it's for all levels, yeah?
Yeah, thank you for mentioning that. I was thinking of that because I do get asked a lot. It is all levels. I mean, we have a lot of people that have experience. I think it's best if you have some kind of experience, but there's teaching moments, and there's a lot of people in there that are also happy to, in their own breakout sessions, have those teaching moments. And I make sure to pair people up strategically like that as well, so that if you're somebody that needs a little help, you've got the right person across from you. So it's just we have fun with it. It's really a safe place. I'm trying to think of anything else it's free. So if you have any desire to develop, we do psychic work and we do mediumship work.
I love it. Great opportunity. That's on Tuesday evenings?
Yeah, Tuesday evening, 6 p.m. Los Angeles time. So that's 9 p.m. Eastern time. We have people join from the UK, and it's like 2-3 o'clock in the morning there. We have people join from Australia. It's like 11 a.m. for them. So we just have a good mix. You can go to my website. There's a link to the Zoom under, if you go to stophercavins.com, education tab, and I think it's under practice circles. And there's a link that's always there ready to go.
Cool. And for more, if you need to contact Stouffer, his website and his email is in the description. And on the announcement side, my team worked endlessly on coaching and directing and making it so that I actually still have some availability left this year. It's not reflective on my website. My website says I'm booked till the end of 2023. That is not correct. I have 12 openings left for this year, which is wonderful. So to book a private reading with me this year, you would email me. My email is in the description, also on my info at thehealingmedium.ca to book a private reading. And then I will be launching very shortly my mid-January till the end of March schedule, because I still have some openings in that. So that's how we're going to do it moving forward, a couple months at a time, so I can manage it a little better. So there you go. So
good stuff.
Business aside. Perfect.
Right.
I want to play the intro again. Just kidding.
Let's do it.
We can do that. I was hoping you would say that.
Oh my gosh. I'll play it at the end. I'll close the show with that. Oh, and there's 111 in here. 111.
Hey, that's awesome. Yay.
Wonderful. Are you guys ready for some readings? I'm excited tonight. Spirit's really, I did lots of readings today, and I'm just in the zone. So
let's do this.
We are going to do personal readings. If you have spiritual questions, if you have personal questions, if you have mediumship questions, if you can put it all in caps with little emojis. And for the mediumship, just to assist and just to expedite it a little bit quicker, if you could put the name and relationship, it'll just help with that connection just to go a little bit quicker. So, and we are going to go spirit kind of driven as far as the question. So we're not going in any specific order. We try our best to do as many as we can. We won't get to everybody. And you've heard me say this before, but I appreciate it so much when you hold the space for other people that are having their reading. I love that so much. And this community does that so beautifully. And Listen for postcards, because often there are, they piggyback. Spirit's so brilliant in that intelligence where they bring us together and there's familiarity in somebody else's reading. It is also for you if it feels like it is. It might be bits and pieces, but that's Spirit's way of really just doing as many messages and reaching all of us. So I will leave you with that and we will do some questions. And Jeffrey, thank you so much for your donation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go to this. So Lisa was working the questions. So if you want to choose them, or we can.
I don't know. Why don't I'll continue to star them, and you go with what vibe you're getting.
I love it. I love it. I've
already starred a ton. I've already starred 18. So
lots of questions.
I will continue to star.
That's so funny because I totally forgot about that. Usually it's like, all of the layers of the things that you're doing.
Right. Because nice right now you would be looking at that. Yeah.
I feel like I missed something, but you got it. I have not seen this name. Spirit said Mary Lecce? Yes, no, maybe not. Is there a message from my father, Angelo?
Okay.
Oh, and LF, Lisa Foster. I got these literally about an hour and a bit ago. This deck of cards, they came from Lisa Foster. And we were talking, I said something about, I need a deck that was like, yes, no, kind of time frames. And she sent me this. I'm excited to use this tonight. How kind.
So thoughtful.
If you're here, Lisa Foster, bless. And if you're not, then bless.
I don't see her yet.
I don't either.
Oh, I do. She's here. Hello.
Okay, I'm going to focus now. Mary, is there a message from my father? If anyone's ready.
Well, I was already getting a vibe that Angelo is quite the force. Very. This is Angelo. I'm feeling like Angelo is very disciplined. That there's a firmness with Angelo, with a little tinge of sensitivity too. Mary, if you're here, let me know if that means anything. But I am gonna throw some cards though. But I was just kind of feeling like Angelo's like, when Angelo is in the room, Angelo's in the room. That kind of a personality. So
you reminded me of a point, Lisa. Thank you. In that, if we're answering your question, if you could be quick on, or as quick as you can on the response, just to give us the validation, it just really helps to expedite and just be with that connection so that we can bring the information. If there's too much delay, sometimes it's a little bit harder to stay in that connection. So
Mary said he was very
quiet. Interesting. The first three cards, it's interesting that you were picking up on that, because I felt like, first of all, there was a significance around the month of December related to Dad. And then he showed me like a golf green, and it wasn't to say that he's like a golfer, but he just showed me the kind of the quietness of like just the golf green. There was nobody on it. It just felt very, felt like solitude. And so as he came in, he comes in really with a strong sense of protection and security around you. So I'm curious if you would understand that in his like energy that felt really powerful and strong. And I feel like that's what Lisa was picking up on as well. And I'll just go into the message for you that he's bringing is just really following your bliss in this moment. So following your joy really just lights him up. So there's things that perhaps you've put on hold. It's like, oh, I'll get to that. Or this person kind of comes as the priority before you. It's this feeling of him encouraging you to really follow those things that bring you joy in life. And so recognizing that perhaps you had put those on hold for a little bit of time, he comes in with the energy of support to really step into those things. So I'll leave you with that.
Yeah. And I'm getting also kind of a quiet, strong energy with Angelo as well. I do get that he was a hardworking, that strength, that kind of stoic personality is definitely forward with him as he comes through. He wants to make mention, and the message here is he's giving me towards the end that he was sick, and there was a lot going on, and there were a lot of decisions that had to be made, maybe on his behalf, and even after his passing. And he's telling me that I believe you were involved, or there were several people involved in these decisions. So he's coming forward saying thank you for making some of those tough decisions. And also after he passed, I feel like he's telling me that you also stayed in touch with everybody and kept the family gelled together. And he's also coming forward with a thank you with that as well.
Interesting. Got it.
Yeah, I do like that the quality of protection came up, because I did get I got the 7 of Wands, and that's all about really protecting also. So that's a whole thing. But I also got I got the Queen of Cups, and there's a lot of love surrounding him and love for the family too. So that's pretty prevalent over here.
Yeah, and I feel like he's another message is he may not have said it enough when he was here, but family was very important to him, and he did love his family. So he may not, he's kind of giving me a sense that he didn't say it enough, but he wants you to know from the other side that he is continuing to surround the family with love.
Very nice. All right, Mary, we'll leave you with that.
Yeah, thank you, Mary.
Yes, thank you.
Mary. And did we say your name wrong? It makes me think of...
I want to say Lecce, but I don't know if that's right.
Yes.
I don't know.
That's what I want to say too.
I'm not sure.
Spirit brought me to Lydian Santos. What a beautiful name. Oh my gosh, these names. Lydian. Need a message from my daughter, Maria Johnson, who is really having a hard time right now. From Spirit for, a spirit. Okay, a message for your daughter. Got it. And Lydian, no need to go into the detail, but just an acknowledgement around just my mind starts to race, and my sorry, I got a lump in my throat. My heart starts to race, and just the anxiousness around it. Just into.
Yeah, I okay. So sometimes, I love doing personal readings, but sometimes it's you want to get in there, this is one where I really want to get in there, and it's going to be a little tough to get in there, but I'm going to kind of, I want you to be comfortable with this reading here. Okay, so Maria, I did get the Six of Swords, so this is definitely the attempt to get to calmer waters on things, and this isn't just her wanting that for herself, but this is you wanting that for her as well. I got the Knight of Swords and I got Temperance. And by putting these two together, it does feel like there's something she's avoiding. There's something she's not, there's something she needs to come to terms with that she's not doing. I almost feel like, but it's not something where it's, does she put too much pressure on herself? Is that something that happens with her? Because I think she definitely needs to be encouraged to know that she's surrounded by great people, especially with you. And I got the Three of Cups here. So there's support for her to help her get through, to get to whatever that end game goal is, right? But I did get the Seven of Pentacles. I got the Hermit. And I think that there's she needs to permit herself to have room to grow. And with that Hermit card, I don't know if that means that she tends to pull back and reject help, or if that means she actually needs to step outside of the situation and reevaluate whatever's happening. So there's a couple of little vibes I'm getting off of that, and I'm not quite sure. But what do you gentlemen have?
I actually was this is a little murky for me, to be perfectly honest. But I'm getting some messages, so I will share. I do get a sense with Maria that there is it feels like a sense of disappointment, like there's something she's pushing for that she's unable to obtain, and it does feel like there's another person involved in this as well that's kind of not almost cooperating. Correct me if I'm wrong, but if, like I say, it's a little difficult to feel, but if I'm kind of pushing a little bit, it does feel like it has to do with either family building or family planning. So I don't know if there's a partner that's kind of not lining up, or that's causing some issues, or there's some blockages when it comes to like family planning, but it feels like we just can't move forward. So that's what I'm getting for her, and it does feel frustrating. I do feel like I'm getting a message of like time heals all wounds about it. So I feel like time will, she just needs a little time in this, but there's another person here that's kind of not able to help, or not helping the situation. So it might be just that she needs to take a step back and kind of take a breather a little bit with however she's kind of trying to push forward with this. So I hope that makes sense. It was kind of hard to articulate. It was kind of hard to get.
I think we were all picking up on that, and just recognizing, and Spirit made it really clear of the how personal it is, and then just the what she's dealing with. And in that, they also brought the focus back to you, just being that safe place for her to be in her truth around it. And it does feel temporary, and there is kind of that release in the breath around her. So it does, this is a moment in time, and yes, it feels like it's not a good scenario, and so not to downplay it at all, but it will be temporary. And so moving past that, Spirit also wanted to just recognize you in just your ability to do what you can, and also to recognize what you can't do for the situation. So just being mindful of that. And so with the detail that you've shared, it makes sense around it. and when Lisa was talking about just kind of like on her end, some of the release part of it, I was picking up on that as well. They were, there's just certain things that we don't need to go into the detail of it, that just feel personal. So for her own learning and her own experience, this is actually giving her gifts. It's hard to sometimes see it in the moment of the experience, but it just feels, because I know you mentioned with the children, her demonstration to the children is something that she's actually spirit saying that she learned from you. So her kind of standing in her truth and what that looks like, even though it's difficult, there's teaching in it. So yeah, it does feel like one of those ones that could be a lot longer of a reading, but it does feel good. I do see, the light at the end of the tunnel, if you will, in a positive for everybody involved. So we'll leave you with the...
Yeah. And even the kids, positive for the kids.
Yeah, absolutely. So kind of you to ask that on her behalf. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Good mama.
Yeah.
All right. And don't forget, if you could please step away for a minute or two to subscribe to Stouffer's YouTube channel and Lisa's YouTube channel. Their channel links are in the description box.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Check them out. Like, subscribe, comment, whatever you want. Go crazy on their page.
Ooh, let's go crazy.
Lisa's show, actually, your show, I love the show that you've just started. Can you actually share that? And I'll look at a new...
Oh, yeah. It's Real Talk with Lisa. It's kind of new. I kind of, on my channel, it tends to be a little more flexible. It's not quite like a lot of the other channels. I do like to have fun. I like to interact with the chat, but it's really going to be more along the lines of really talking about some serious stuff. I mean, it can be funny stuff. It can be serious stuff. It gives everybody in chat an opportunity to share their opinion on different things. And I'm actually throwing cards on there. I tend to throw cards on everyone else's channel and not my own, but I'm going to start doing that more on that show. And it's going to be a kind of a pop-up live because there's a lot going on over here and I'm not sure if I can do a set schedule for it. So, everybody just please subscribe and make sure you click on the bell for the notifications. I know sometimes the notifications don't go out, but the replay, that's the beauty of the replay, and it'll be fun. I think it's a format where it's kind of a format without a format. I think it's something where if you catch it and it's not live, you'll still have a good time. So, it's new and I'm excited about it. The last one was this past Sunday. So I'm due to do another one. I could do it once a week. I could do it twice a week. I just don't know. It could be something where I get a news alert, want to go live, talk about it. Something happened during the day, reminded me of something that I think maybe everybody else might want to discuss. Go live, talk about that. So
I love it. Good stuff. All right.
Nice.
Miss Connie B is asking, and I'm going to use my new cards from Lisa. Is there a spirit in my classroom? I got I'll write down what I got, and then I'll see what the cards say.
All right.
Oh, it's like more info. Okay. Okay, spirit. Did you see that jump?
I didn't see it.
It flipped.
It says yes.
It flipped. And oh my gosh, I get so excited. I'm sorry for yelling. People are probably like, would you stop yelling?
You startled me.
It's as dramatic as your intro.
Not quite.
Not quite.
Yeah, not quite. Cue the music. Could you imagine if I rolled it right now? Yes. So Connie, yes. And I got male energy and I got Oh, watch for things to go missing. Like there's going to be talk about like, oh, this is missing, that's missing, something around your desk area or the desk area. Things are going missing, but I get a yes. So Lisa Foster, your cards are approved.
That's awesome. Connie said I call him Edward. Is my grandfather.
Male energy. Interesting.
Oh no.
I didn't necessarily get a yes or a no, but I did get a message around traveling. So I think maybe that has something to do with what you're talking about, Kevin, is there might be some items that travel around the room.
Interesting.
So I got some interesting information about movement. So either the spirit is kind of moving or the energy is moving, or it's attached to things that may move as well. So that's, I didn't get a yes or a no, but it sounds to me like there's a yes.
I'm feeling yes as well, but when I did my pendulum, I got my weird oval thing, which is usually a I'm not sure kind of thing. But I threw cards from the deck of character, and it's really close to what you guys said. I think there's a prankster vibe with this. I got angsty teen, and I got shield and maze. Though I think it's definitely somebody to protect you, but I think that maze is actually saying keep an eye out for little puzzle pieces and stuff. And you know, initially before you even had your jump out, yes, I was thinking that. Okay, there's something happening in the classroom, but Connie, I feel like it's somebody that's traveling with you.
Oh, interesting.
I think where she goes is this whatever. So there's a really positive energy surrounding Connie. So when she's in the classroom, maybe that's when they're more comfortable that's like their element, you know, that's their atmosphere.
Yeah.
That the school thing is their vibe is what
it's funny because it's like I'm trying to tune into like I actually get more than one because I do get the older gentleman, but I do get the younger, mischievous, kind of youthful, and I'm like, is that the same energy? And perhaps it is, but it almost feels like it could be more than one.
More than one. Okay.
Yeah, interesting. Let us know, Connie, if your ruler goes missing.
That sounds kind of fun, whatever this is. It really does.
Yeah. Oh, and I just heard Friday.
Oh.
Maybe Friday. Let us know, Connie. Oh, she will.
She will.
And hello to everybody that's come in. Hi, Pamela. Nice to see you. Nice to see everybody.
See Jason's here. Hi, Jason.
Hello, Jason.
It's good to see everybody. There are lots of new faces, and
there's lots of new. Yes, isn't it so great?
That's beautiful. Love
it. It is wonderful. I love this community.
All are welcome. Come hither.
Totally. Jason, people, if you actually, if the chat could let Jason know how he did on my intro video. We're going to play it at the end as well.
Well, hello, Jason. Well done.
Totally. Little side gig for him. All right. Let us go here. This one caught my eye. What a beautiful profile picture. Sylvia, will I be successful in life and or business? The first one is yes. Business, I will take a look. So without a doubt, you are successful in this lifetime. Just here to have an experience. That is a success. So I'm going to use this deck again to focus in.
Go for it. You know, with questions like those, my whole thing is, you know, that manifestation stuff, right? Yeah. It's like, are you putting that positive energy out there? Because that means everything.
Yeah.
What was her name again?
Sorry. Sylvia. Sylvie.
Okay, got it.
Thank you, Connie.
Yeah, so I get a yes, Sylvie. And I feel like immediately I get drawn to the vision you have for this. So I feel like, you know, that if there is a challenge, it might be that you have a very specific vision for what, you know, success looks like. Yeah, I almost feel like you've got vision boards, you've got lists. So in that sense, it might be a challenge to kind of like meet all those, because I think you do have high standards, but you know, you're really going to surprise yourself. And I think that a lot of things come easy to you. And that's why you have your standards so high. But the short answer is yes. But I think it's just really about managing expectations about, you know, things being exactly the way that you kind of envision them. Because I think you're kind of a visual person. So it feels exciting. It feels very successful to me.
Sylvie, is your business already started or is it to start? I'm curious about that. I just need clarity if you've already started this business or if this is a new business venture. And Lisa, is there a way to show our names and the question, or is it one or the other?
It's one or the other.
Okay. Someone was asking for our names, which is okay. I just sometimes need the visual of the question to revisit. So I think we'll just keep it. The names will come up when we take the question down.
Right.
So, no, it hasn't started. Okay, so this business, okay, that's really interesting. Lisa, go ahead if you would like.
Oh, I don't want to interrupt you if you were on a roll there. Go ahead.
Okay, so it does, excuse me, be right back. So I got a little bit in just maybe the hesitation and the preparation that there is a bit of a wait and proceed with caution. So that's not to sound the alarm bells. That's just to make sure that you have done your due diligence, you know, connected with the right people. It does feel collaborative. So just making sure that these business arrangements feel thorough in your understanding of what the contracts and that kind of stuff is. It does feel that within a year, it will come to fruition. I pulled some other cards and there is risk. So there is an element of taking risk, but my eye is drawn to that bird in flight, which just feels like really open and expansive. It does feel supported, that Spirit is recognizing that it will be an adventure, that it's not going to be all easy. Being a business owner is, as you know, there's so many layers to it, but that it ends up with the outcome of the delight card. So in that, there's a very strong potential for it to be very successful. But what they're also adding is that layer of just with the first part of the question, being successful in life, you already are. So bringing the energy of that into this new venture is what they're inviting you to take a look at, because it's going to take, you know, the courage and the strength and commitment and all of that to be in that business venture, but that you have that potential and you have the ability to make that happen. So yeah, that's what's there.
She did say I buy and sell stocks now.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
What I had was okay. So I actually got stuff. I mean, it's very positive. The outcome is very positive, but along the way, there are things. I don't know if this is okay. I did get the 8 of Swords, which is interference. And I also got the Knight of Cups, which is the seducer. And that kind of makes me feel like in both of those situations, with what you're doing, make sure you're trusting your own intuition on stuff. I think that sometimes some of the outside advice you're getting, it's just kind of be aware, be very discerning about the advice or guidance that you take from others. But on the same note, I got the Lovers too, and I got the Hangman. And that made me feel like it would really help you, because I think you're really super independent about this. And I do think you're super confident about it. And I do think you trust your own instincts, but it won't hurt to have a mentor of some sort. I think that there is someone else, if you don't already have that person, that you can rely on and go to. You have someone you can, you have a sounding board there somewhere. If you haven't already found that sounding board. But I got the Justice card, and it reminds me of, like balance the scales and stuff. I think this is more along the lines of making sure your work life and your personal life are good. And although, and just, and this is without the cards, just that kind of job, it's a very intense, self-driven kind of a thing. You need to make sure you're chill, when you need to be. But I got the victory card, so I think things are going to go well for you in the end. But yeah, there's some little hoops you're going to have to jump through along the way, but I think you can handle it.
Love it. All the best, and let us know how that goes. I'm so nosy. Let us know. Adriana, are you still here? I noticed your comment. You were actually going to be next, so it's interesting. If you did stick around, we would love to do a reading for you. We're not going in particular orders, so but if you are still here, we would love to do a reading for you. Let us know.
Mm-hmm.
Adriana, all these beautiful names,
right?
I know.
Adriana, I love that.
And very Italian-y, like.
Right.
And
where's my passport?
Remember when I said hello to you when we got into the backstage? I said something in Italian to you.
You did. You must be psychic.
Interesting.
Welcome to Italia.
Adriana is back.
Oh, perfect.
Hello.
All right, cool.
I'm glad you stayed. Glad you stayed. I'm glad you stayed. Spirit's glad you stayed.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm so sorry for your loss, Adriana. So difficult. So sorry. And of course, the anniversary month. So lots of love to you. Suzanne, thank you so much. Spirit Watcher Suzanne, thank you so much for your donation. That is so kind of you. You're so generous. Adriana, do you understand more than just English? Do you understand another language? Do you understand another language? And Adriana, if you wouldn't mind, what's your daughter's name? I'm hearing the S name as well, but I'm also, what's your daughter's name, if you could tell us? S name.
Suzanne.
That's her daughter's name?
Yeah, I was feeling an S as well.
Oh, that's so interesting. Yeah. She comes in really strong. My body just got the full tingles, and I think you might have as well. So just in that, know that she's drawing even closer. She's always with you. And it's so difficult. I do see other family members, and so she's acknowledging that. So yeah, just drawing so close to you. Oh boy, so tough. Yeah, so I want to go to the message for you. I feel her expression. I'm like, I want to go to the message, but then she just, I just feel in her expression, such a divine feminine expression from her. She comes through very divine and feminine in who she is. And so I'm curious if you would understand that about her. And if any of you want to jump in, go ahead. I'm going to pull a couple cards. Message.
I'll jump in on one thing. I don't know, Adriana, if this is so, but does she come to you in your dreams a lot? I'm doing the dream thing over here. I did get the Page of Cups.
I drew one card so far.
Oh, look at
That's the
you.
dream card.
That's hilarious. Well, this card reminds me of kind of a dream state a little bit. You know, I think maybe sometimes even just a daydream. I think that you're getting messages from her through that. But there's lots of love here. I got the Queen of Cups, lots of love surrounding her, and I don't know about you know, how in tune you are with your spirituality and stuff like that. But I feel like that with her passing, not only are you trying to really come to terms with that passing, but I think you're opening up more. There's something about you that's changing, and it's not just based upon the loss alone. I think that you're really starting to embrace a bigger picture of things. And it's kind of new for you, if that makes any sense. But I did get the Four of Wands. I think she wants you to have fun when you can. I got the Seven of Wands too, and she's protecting you as well. And I also got the Seven of Cups, and I think this is you trying to figure out. You're trying to figure out. You need answers. You're wanting answers, and I think that's you just really trying to sort through the situation and the meaning behind everything. But bottom line, Four of Swords, protection, all that love. She's definitely with you everywhere you go.
I love it. Such a beautiful energy there. And it's so interesting. So I pulled a couple of cards. The first one was the dream card. So it just, I think, validated with Lisa around that. And then this card, I just thought it's so perfect. It's about, sorry. Maybe I'll try.
Light's difficult.
Yeah, I know. There we go. So what it is the listen to your intuitive feelings, but then they were like, read the bottom, and it says your body is receiving accurate messages from the divine. And so just in the way that she came through in that divine feminine, just feels really fitting that it would come through in that. And there's encouragement for you to keep exploring that. So I don't know if you have signed up for some sort of workshop, or just you're going into the workshop kind of mode around your own spiritual and intuitive development. But that feels like the encouragement that she's bringing. And it's not to say that it will bring you closer in the communication. It's just the awareness of it. So it's like you already are as close as you can be in it. You're not missing anything, but it's just it's what you receive from it. So it's like this feeling of she wants you to be in that. It's like, and I know that this was said earlier, but they want us to be in our joy, in our love, in that expression of receiving and doing the things that we love. And not hesitating in that. So just really consider if there is curiosity or more curiosity around that exploration, there's encouragement from her. And in it, she's guiding you. So if you want to see that as one of your guides, then wonderful. But there is guidance from her in this exploration. So beautiful, beautiful energy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Adriana, would you understand Suzanne to be it's interesting. Like, I'm feeling like she's a very concise communicator, because I'm getting like very like quick to the point kind of messages. So thank her for that. It feels pretty easy to have these messages come in. Immediately, she wants to talk about mom, and I believe this is your mom. So if you can understand if your mom is either on the other side with her, or if your mom is kind of going through some stuff, she just wants you to know that she is with your mom. I feel like a lot of energy around that. She's also wants to talk about the month of May, the connection with that as well. So I'm not sure if that's a birthday for her or something coming up. But she's highlighting that as an important month for you. And I know you said that in the comments here that she's a very girly girl. She was showing me dresses and very like kind of very feminine dresses. So I think Kevin, you picked up on that as well. And another thing that you were touching on, Kevin, that I was feeling is that sense of community. She is pushing you and hoping that you get. I almost feel like you gave up on a certain community. After her passing, you've kind of pulled back a little bit. So she's really encouraging you to get back out there. I do think there's a spiritual connection to this community. So thank you for being here. I think that's a part of it. But really, just continue to get yourself out there. I think it's going to be important for the healing. You said something about, I believe, hold on just a moment. She wants to talk. I don't know if her birthday is coming up as well. I know you said there was an anniversary of her passing, but she's showing me like a cake. So she knows about the cake or the celebration that you had for her not too long ago, or that you're planning for her. And then she just also really wants you, I know this is a lot, but like I said, she's a good communicator. She wants you to know that you did everything that you could. So she's encouraging you to, thank you, let go of any of that regret that you had, because it's misplaced. She's saying that you did everything that you could, and you were there. And she's showing me a rock. So you were strong and you were a rock. And she's giving just a lot of love.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So glad you
I'm sorry for your loss.
Yes.
We're all hugging you. We're all hugging all of you.
Yeah.
All of us.
There's always so much support. The chat has really been embracing each other in there. I love that. How everybody supports.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. And her birthday is coming up October 10th.
Got it.
So beautiful. Happy early birthday to her.
Yes.
Suzanne, is that what it is? Suzanne?
Yes.
Suzanne.
All righty. And thank you to the mods who are putting all of our links and our contacts and the questions being closed and all of that. You're so wonderful. I appreciate you all for all that you do. All right. David. Message from my guides, brother, mom, friend, Tom, or any of my animals.
Oh, David's got a lot going on.
Oh boy, David. Let's just see. David, are you still here? David.
And it's funny, we've had all these names, and then we got David. I was like, wait for like Davidina. Davidia. All right.
David is still here. Wonderful. Thanks for staying. You're so welcome, Adriana. I'm wrapping you in lots of love. All right, David. I don't know if this is brother or Tom, but just the passing related to the heart. The passing related to the heart with either. And also the month of January being significant. I keep hearing like boo boo. Come here, boo boo. Boo boo. Who's boo boo? Boo boo? Is it boo boo? Boo boo. Ubu or boo boo?
That's funny you said boo boo, because I was thinking ubu. You remember that TV show at the end they'd say sit ubu sit dog roof.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm talking about?
I remember.
I don't know what show that was, but there was some show that.
Okay. Interesting, David. Last year in January, but is there something around the heart? I don't know if there was heart, if he had something heart related as well, but something around the heart. If this is brother, but the January definitely interesting. That's interesting.
Thank you, Lisa, because I thought I was losing it. Yeah, there is some.
Yeah.
So that came from somewhere. All right.
Oh, his heart just stopped on the ventilator. Interesting. Okay. So I want to go with this. It was like I could see communication happening and being understood, and they were showing me as in sign language that there was like this aspect of not being able to hear, but the communication still occurring. So as I feel into that, it feels like the conversations that you would have had were heard. And so in your question of was it received, it feels that the answer is yes to that. Yes to that. So I'm curious if you would understand that. And either of you, if you want to jump in, go ahead. I'm going to pull a few cards.
Yeah, I've got I think I have someone else coming through, and I believe it is one of your animals. So David, would you understand the energy I have, the spirit I have coming through wants to tell a story about running away. So would you understand having an animal? And it's interesting because it doesn't feel like it's a dog. It feels like a smaller animal. And I believe they would have gotten away from you, and that would have been the last time you saw them. So they're coming forward. And I think there was also an element of rehabilitating this animal because they're giving me kind of like a cleaning it up or getting it ready or trying to, make it better. And so they're coming through with appreciation for that. But I believe that they got away from you or they somehow escaped because they're showing me leaving. But I do believe that they just needed to be in the wild. And they just had the desire to run or to be free. So they are coming through with being thankful for the help you provided them. And there's a connection with February. I don't know if this happened in February, or if they're just trying to show me that it was like a colder month when this all happened.
I don't know who I'm getting. I don't. I really don't. But I have a message for you though. Is what I'm getting over here. Now I don't do a whole lot with numerology. I did get 2 3s. I got 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups. I don't know if that means anything to you. A set of 3. Like, are you from a family of 3? Is 3 significant to you somehow? But there's definitely that sense that you're not flying solo, is what I'm feeling off of these 2 cards. And I got the 2 of Wands, which is really looking toward the future. I got the 8 of Swords. So there's something that's, I don't know if maybe it's all these losses. There's something kind of holding you back, which is completely understandable considering, because just the fact that you asked such a broad question, you've got a lot that you're thinking about, there's a lot of those connections that you feel like you don't have anymore, but you actually do. You really do. But there's something that's holding you back. I think maybe you have a tendency to separate yourself, isolate yourself, not give yourself a chance, that kind of stuff. David said, yes, mom, brother, and me. So that's the 3. That's the 3.
Yeah.
Okay. I got Temperance. So time, patience, time, climbing through all the poo, right? To get to where you want to be. But I got the Magician, which is excellent. And I think this means that you're in more control than you think. Don't let these things, don't passively let all these things just hit you. I think you need to be more proactive and more involved, and be the magician. Make your own magic, I think you can do that. I think you can really do that.
Yeah. It's beautiful. Yeah. So I just want to go back to the energy of that communication that was happening, David. There was full comprehension there. So, and that goes without saying, our loved ones are able to, as they are transitioning or in those coma-like or non-responsive to understand. They comprehend. They tell me this weekly over and over and over that they hear the messages, they hear the conversations. They are in that receiving. So know that. Also, there was a tension as I was feeling into that energy. There was something about the significance of a watch. I could just feel the hands on the coldness of this metal watch. And then along with what Lisa was feeling into, the two cards that I pulled were, and I'm sorry my light's so bright. I'm just going to tell you what it is. It's the being in the flow card.
There you go.
And then following your bliss. So I know there's a bit of a theme because it sounds repetitive, but that's important. So that's the energy that he's bringing forward in the encouragement of you to still be in the flow of life and to experience things. And we have to participate in that. And yes, things are difficult and they can be challenging, but underneath it, we're still with choice about whether we show up or not. So the encouragement from brother and then the energy of the loved ones and pets collectively is to continue on enjoying this beautiful life. So we'll leave you with that, David. And again, sorry for your losses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Amy, are you still here? Amy, if you're here,
Amy, can we hear you? She may be lurking. I haven't seen Amy type, I don't think. Oh, there she is. There she is.
Bam.
She's not lurking anymore.
Nope.
Lurker mode off.
All
Hello
right.
to all the lurkers. I forget to say hello to the lurkers. And then the other thing, all of you that watch this show and don't subscribe, do you know that there's more people that watch my show that don't subscribe than subscribe?
What's that mean?
That they need to push the subscribe button.
You're right.
We should do a tutorial
Call
on
to action. Totally. Yeah. If you feel called, and if you don't, still push it.
Amy said I've been following. So.
Wonderful. Thank you for being here, Amy.
And yes, the lurkers are everything. We love the lurkers.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Love it. Lurker alert. Yeah, Lisa's a bit of a lurker magnet.
I am.
You are. Yeah.
I am. That sounds terrible, but yes, I am.
Amy, right? I see butterflies around you. I thought it was a moth, but then I'm like, no, that's not a moth. But I see lots of butterflies around you. So if you connect that with mom or not, just watch for that around the butterflies. Yeah, or the moss, but butterflies too. Oh, that's a beautiful card. I've never pulled this card before.
Ooh, what is it?
I have to show you. In the hand.
Oh,
so there's something about the connection with March as well, because they're bringing my attention to the 3. And the universe is your partner. I love this card. So it as I feel into it, it's like this, again, we have to be in the participation, just sitting and waiting for the receiving is just part of it. So our ability to put our hand out and be in that request and participate. And that's sometimes it takes work and it's a choice around it. There's encouragement for that. Interesting. I've never seen that card. I don't even think I've ever seen it.
I was drawn to pull a couple of cards from this other deck. They're just kind of little oracle cards, little quick messages. One, I got 2 of them. One just says observe. And the other says go for it. You are supported. So I don't know if are you in the middle of trying to do something new? in your world, and mom is trying to get your attention and have you pay attention to your surroundings. That observe could mean anything really. That could be piggybacking off of other stuff that we've said tonight, where you have to pay attention to those signals and those angel numbers and those dreams and stuff like that. But you definitely have a lot of encouragement, and this go for it. You are supported. This is, I'm feeling really strong about that one. So.
And she said yes, Lisa.
Okay.
And March is Dad's birthday. I keep hearing the piano.
Mom giving numbers.
Interesting. I lost your question.
Stopher, Amy, yeah, sorry, I didn't want to step on anybody. Amy, do you understand? I'm getting a C, so I'm not sure if this is mom's name or not, but I'm getting like a Carol or a Kathy. I'm getting a strong C. Also, mom, it's interesting. Mom's energy feels really like celebratory. So she's giving me like holiday. She immediately draws me to December. So I'm not sure if December is feels like in addition to holidays, there's also some other celebrations happening in December. And I feel like holidays and celebrating was a big thing for her. So she also wants to remind you, she's bringing me to like traditions. So I don't know if there's something that she always did during the holidays or during this time that you still carry on. But I feel like it's a recipe, or it's something you do to kind of honor the traditions that she would have done when she was still here. She also gives me a message about taking care of Dad and also not spreading yourself too thin, because I think you are kind of taking care of I feel a lot of spinning plates. So she wants to just kind of let you know that you need to take some time for yourself, because I think she's showing me burning the candle on both ends. So just to be careful with that. Yeah. So she is drawing me to December for sure. So her birthday was right by Christmas. Perfect. It was interesting because I think the 23rd, she's technically Capricorn, right? I'm a Sagittarius. I'm the 19th. So I was drawn to like right around that time. So it's interesting to me. Yeah, so she's just very supportive, and I just really enjoy the celebration. She's coming through with a lot of celebration energy. So just know that, especially around that time of December, she's very strong and she's celebrating with you.
And it's kind of funny because I was tuning into the energy of like mom and dad relationship, and it was like, I'm like, is he not here? Like, is he hard of hearing, or is he just not listening? And so you, in that interaction, it just feels like she's bringing support around that kind of interaction, if you will. And there's a lightness around it. So it's kind of the offering of to bring the humor into it is something that she's encouraging around that. And then she got a little serious, which was really beautiful, in that her messaging is the invitation for you to sit in the stillness, and she wants you to listen to your heart. So instead of all the thoughts and this and the outside and all of the direction that we have, I don't know why I just went like that. But anyways, I did. But there's this invite to go inward, to really listen to what you want and need in this life, and to follow that a little different than with this, and listening in here. So lots of love from mom to you. So thanks, Susan.
She was the best of celebrate. Yeah, I can feel that.
Oh,
wonderful. Okay, we have Miss Gina M. I don't think I've read for Gina for a while, and she helps so much.
Hi, Gina.
And it's her birthday on Wednesday.
Happy birthday.
Happy early birthday.
Happy birthday, Gina.
Yeah, so wonderful. Okay, Gina, birthday. What sign is that?
It's not quite Libra. I guess Virgo?
Oh, yeah, she's Virgo. Of course, I know this.
Okay.
It's Virgo. I love it. Gina. Ah, Mims. Yeah, and that's so true, Pats. Those messages are for everyone. Mm-hmm. Oh, Kelly's birthday was the 30th. Oh, Libra, September 30th.
Libra season around the corner.
Totally. Interesting. Those are interesting. Gina,
would you understand just passing a milestone? I'm getting like I don't think you're coming up on a milestone. I think you just passed a milestone. So you're kind of furthering into a new, a new territory as far as, moving forward in your path. I also get a strong message about family ties and like ancestry for you, and it feels to me like it's maybe like a native spirit. So I don't know if you can understand having like a native connection, but really just diving into that, continuing to dive into that, and stand in that power as well. I'm getting a lot of like animal connection, like power, and just like native kind of elements. So I don't know if you do any kind of ancestry or if you're aware of any of this, but I really feel a nice message about digging further into that, and that really kind of having a lot of healing and power for you as you move forward in your journey.
You actually said what I was seeing.
No way.
So, totally. It was like, I was like,
well, I was seeing it too. So yeah.
So beautiful. So like, and the card was the stag, which is about your trust, and really thriving and moving forward. And in that, how I saw it was like that elder energy of moving past moving past the ancestral patterns that were there, that you are, and that's what they're recognizing you in this moment for, the movement that you've had that is different from that. And it's not to disconnect from the ancestral roots that are and will always be a part of you, but the recognition of the kind of breaking through some of those patterns is being highlighted right now for you. And so really just what? Okay, so there's more for you to learn. It's like teachability, and it's like there's more for you to learn. So they love that you're curious about things and that you're like a hunter and gatherer in the knowledge and the information. That feels really good. So more of that, and that excites you. So that's what they're encouraging as you move into this new year. So happy early birthday! I love you.
I love what you guys are saying, because I've got one card that really, I got a couple of cards that really illustrate a little bit of what you guys are saying, or what I feel like you guys are saying for sure. I got the World. So, it's, as far as milestone stuff goes, beyond the birthday, beyond all that stuff, there is something about her really opening herself up to new things here. The world is, your oyster, all that stuff, right? I got the Two of Voices, which is the equivalent of the Two of Swords. And this made me feel along the lines of the whole choosing the road less traveled. Like you're making choices for yourself that would not be your norm. I think you get kind of an adventurous, investigative curiosity, with things that you want to do. And that's kind of exciting, right? I got the Ace of Emotions, and I just love this card. It's a damn good card. It's just, this is you just really, you're embracing yourself. You're coming to terms with, this could be ancestral, really taking in all the things of your past, present, and future all at the same time, maybe. And then I got the last card is the Muse of Inspiration. It's the equivalent of the King of Wands. And this is a new beginning. And here we are again. There's a little person kind of traveling down this road, and it's fiery. Like there's passion behind this. So you're really starting to take interest in things that inspire you. And that's something you definitely need to stick with. And it's something that is going to help you grow and really learn more about yourself and other people too.
I love it.
I love that.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
All righty. Lisa Foster, a message from my birth angel, please. Oh my gosh, I should use the deck you sent me. I should be like, no. Just kidding.
Message from birth angel.
Okay. See how that plays in. Whoa. We're all like, oh. As we review our cards.
Right.
It's almost like ASMR-ish.
Oh.
Yeah, like
I know. Sometimes I try to mute when I'm shuffling.
Foster, what I'm getting from Spirit for you.
Right.
They're tapping you on the shoulder. They're saying, Lisa.
Can you feel the energy, Lisa? Can you feel it?
It's here. I think the train has come off the rails.
Yeah, it happens, you know.
I mean, it's bound to happen.
Was it ever on the rails?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Stouffer, this is nothing new for Lisa and I. That's just what happened.
Oh, I've tuned in. That's why I tuned in to you guys. I like a good train wreck.
Yeah.
Right.
Totally.
Stop
True,
watching.
authentic self.
I love it. There's no other way to be.
Lisa, I'm just going to go with the cards because I feel they're just so clear. So this really speaks to you and your expression and your connection to the world and all of the sentient beings that are here. You just feel the world, and that can be one of those things where it's a blessing and it can be challenging in the human experience. So there's opportunity for you, kind of guided by your angel, around just the willing release. And it's just so simple because they use those dandelions where it's like they're just so delicate and easy for us to release. When you blow on one of those little dandelions, they're going and they just scatter everywhere. And that to me is what they're saying about actually releasing things. Sometimes we just can make them way more difficult and complicated than they actually are. So just being in that, just being aware of that, and that the beyond the ordinary, it's just mesmerizing. It kind of reminds me of my intro, just in that. Cue the music.
Play the intro.
Lisa will appreciate this, this type of message. So in it, it's just such a beautiful, it's just you in all of your loving capacity and all of the contribution that you make. Just be in the receiving, because what you put out in that, when you allow it, and I say that because they're saying it, it comes back to you. So really be in that receiving in this time. So that's what's coming through for you.
Yeah, for me, all right, I got the 7 of Swords and I got Judgment. I'll start out with those because I think that you underestimate yourself a little bit on things. You do so much for so many, and especially, this is a cheat. We know that she's always fostering and finding all these wonderful animals and finding homes for them and all that stuff. But I think just in dealing with yourself, I think that you tend to not give yourself enough credit for your potential and for what you do, what you can offer? And she said, be nice, Lisa. I will be nice. I've got the star for you, and you're definitely a shining star. And that's something you need to think of as well. I got the Page of Swords, and I got the Six of Pentacles. And this is, you're an observer. You're really aware of your surroundings is what I feel like. And one of the messages with the Six of Pentacles is to just continue what you're doing, because what the deeds that you do, the choices that you make, you're actually paying it forward. People are recognizing it, and you're quite the example for others on giving and nurturing and stuff like that. You're a really good representative of that, and I think that's great. And that's something you need to remember, that you're contributing so much of that. And then the last card I got, and I didn't even point this out. In this Six of Pentacles, I looked at it really close, and you can see there's somebody with a little animal here. And that's so your vibe, right? That caring. But I got the Four of Wands for you. And this is, don't forget to celebrate. Don't always get in such a rut of worry. I think sometimes there's a lot of worry there. Make sure you're celebrating a lot of stuff too. And like I said, everything that you're doing, you're indirectly really influencing people around you. And I think that's important to recognize. So there's that.
All right. I saw that she said, be nice, Lisa. Well, I actually have a message of tough love. So I'm going to try to be nice too.
Here we go.
That's why I was going last. I was like, I don't.
Cue the music. Cue the intro.
Get the seatbelt.
Yeah, buckle in, sweetheart. No, first of all, I want you to know, Lisa, you feel very supportive and supported in spirit. So even though there's some tough love coming, you are supported. And I do think you have a very, feels to me there's an important mission. I didn't know about the animals and all that. So I think that's one of the reasons you're so supportive. But this is a message of kind of breaking free from something. I think there's an attachment sometimes with you, Lisa, and I do feel like like maybe, I don't want to say oversensitivity, but there's a sensitivity where you get a little stuck. And the message from your guides is really like, screw them. Because I think sometimes people can either say things or do things that get you a little stuck because you take it to heart. So it's really a message of just.
That was everything.
I think it's a little over the top. No,
No,
not a bit.
When it ends, I always feel like we need to do something really dramatic, like have swords or something, or a lightsaber.
I was imagining like the.
I almost pee my pants.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
There you go. Oh my gosh. Too funny. So there you go, Lisa. That's what they wanted to tell you.
So there you have it.
And they seal it with a kiss.
Yes, absolutely.
I love it. Okay. I saw another business question that Mei, are you still here? Mei Yang, are you still here? Let us know. I know it's been a while since we started, so if you've gone, we understand.
Yes, Patricia, a cape. We definitely need a cape when we come back.
Oh, apparently it reminds them of Sterling's intro. I think that's a good thing. I'm going to say it's a good thing. Mei Yang is still here. Perfect.
Oh, yay.
I don't know if I've seen oh, yes, I have. I actually don't know if there was sound to it. Anyways, I'll have to rewatch that.
I don't know, but I love this one.
Thank you. Compliments of Jason.
Thank you, Jason.
Yeah. So if anyone needs an intro, you know who to.
Who can top that? I mean, Jason had to top his own intro.
Yeah. Totally.
That's really
good. We signed a contract. None can be as good as that. So they won't be quite as good, but
right.
I'm just kidding. I hope they're better. I hope they're even better. All right. So your question was, things to be dragging a bit. Do you guys see me taking steps to get my food truck business off the ground? Interesting.
So yeah, immediately I get yes to the steps, and I feel like there's an element of it that's happening now. So I don't know if you have like a catering or something that you work out of another like a place or something, but I feel like there's something happening now that's going to make it easier for you to kind of move this into a food truck realm. I'm getting that this is like a passion project, so it feels very passion connected. So that's, just know that even when some of the logistical things and maybe some of the financial things are difficult, your passion and connection to this are going to drive you. So I'm getting a lot of like pause button. So I do feel like you're going to continue to kind of deal with some of this, like, stop, go, stop, go. So it might get a little frustrated, but you have such a passion for this. I can feel it. It's almost like putting the love in the food and what you're doing, down to even like the visual branding of everything feels very important to you. So I feel that that's a lot of what you're kind of putting time into now, kind of tweaking those things and getting ready. So it does feel like you've got a lot kind of ready to unpack once some of the logistical things and financial things come through. So just keep doing those little things and keep that passion forward in it. And I think things will happen. I'm flipping the calendar. So it's definitely like a next year. When things kind of start rolling, I feel like it's right around this time frame that things really ramp up.
Interesting. Is it Italian food?
I've got like a fusion things coming on. I feel like I want to marry a couple things together, so it feels like some kind of fusion to me.
I was a bit being cheeky, but if it's Italian food, I mean, that would be phenomenal. Lisa would be there. She loves her pasta.
Oh my gosh, yes. I'm all about some pasta.
I'm going to show you what the cards say, and then I'm going to get a little nosier. But there's an energy of within 3 months, and there's an energy of within 18 months. And that's quite a period of time, a year and 3 months, difference. So in that, it feels like
pizza.
It feels like pizza?
Pizza.
She makes pizza.
Well,
you're right. It's Italian.
That's Italian.
Oh, wings will be more Asian. Okay, so it's mixed.
Okay, interesting. But it just, in it, it feels a little... it feels like it will have those like highs and lows in it. And so I don't know if you plan to operate like 12 months of the year. And if you do, just recognizing that could feel a little bit different through the seasons is what I'm getting. Is this a partnership? Because it's like... I see like all of these posts and it's like one bird and then there's another bird. It's just like this gathering of, I don't know if you have people that you're working closely with or if there is business partner. But let me just get a bit more clarity to really hone in if someone else wants to.
I feel like it is a partnership. Then there might be somebody that you're connected to romantically. I'm not sure, but I was getting like, a love, so that could be just your love for what you're doing, but I did send a lot of like love and passion around it. So I do sense someone else helping as well.
On my end, I'm getting a whole delegation thing. Like maybe you have a tendency to take on all the stuff on your own. You need to delegate, because I got like different characters here. I got the Knight of Swords, which is the game master. So this is someone that can really be your strategist, I guess, right? I got the Day Trader, which is the Prince of Dis. So this is someone who's helping with your finances and stuff like that. You know, that it could be a separate accountant or something like that, or just somebody who's really good at stretching your dollar with what you're doing. And then I got the journalist, Prince of Wands, and that makes me feel more along the lines of marketing and getting the word out. But I did get completion. I think it's going to work out for you. And this is the Four of Wands. It's completion. And I got the painter. And this is the Queen of Swords. And I think this is the creativity. And this could be on how to handle the business or the creativity of the cuisine, you know, all that. So making sure you're providing something that's fresh and new to people, but there's something about the way you approach getting the word out for sure. But you need to surround yourself with a nice little team, which is kind of what you guys were saying too.
Yeah. Hi, Sun Psychic Jean. Nice to see you. And for all of you that have channels of your own, feel free to put them in the chat always. And yeah, just on the energy of those partnerships. So whether it actually is a business partner or those partnerships, they're making, they're really shining light on that as being really important. And then the other part that feels really instrumental is your location. And I feel like that is the potential fluctuation in it, where like securing the location, and I don't know exactly what that means. Maybe you'll understand, but that's really important where you're going to be parked, I guess, if I understand that. Yeah. Okay. So that, but it feels like when Stouffer was picking up on like, this is a dream for you, the energy of wishing upon a star. So really, I can feel how close and near and dear this is to you, and putting that passion into your food is really beautiful. So energetically in the receiving of that and eating it, it will be delicious and appreciated. And then the endless possibilities card just feels really good. So I do get that this will really be thriving with those areas of, you know, focus that will take some attention around partnership. So that's what we're getting. All the best, and send us all pizza.
Right.
Yeah.
Yum.
And I one last thing. I feel like you're in an area that is going to be really embrace what you're doing. And would you understand? I'm hearing like San. So I don't know if you're near like a San Diego, San Antonio, San Francisco. I feel like you're in one of these cities because I'm hearing San. But I do feel like there is a lot of people that are really going to like literally eat up what you're selling.
Interesting. She has a degree as an accountant. Amazing.
Nice.
Yeah. Wonderful. And someone asked earlier about what deck I was using. And it was one of the decks. And I remember specifically it was a card of this deck. So the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck, which is one of my all-time favorites. I love the imagery. I love the moodiness of it. I love the mystery. And yeah, it's a yummy deck. There you have it.
Lovely.
All right. I'm just checking in. We're at 1 hour and 36, which, okay. That's the first time I looked at the clock.
Yeah.
So I'm just checking in.
When you're having fun.
Totally. How are we doing?
I'm great.
Do you want to just go for a little bit more? Like a couple more questions?
Yeah, let's do a couple more. I'm enjoying it.
I'm on board.
Okay. This was a question specifically for Stouffer that came in. So Lisa and I will just step aside here.
Oh,
we're not needed.
Spotlight on me.
Play the intro. No, I'm just kidding.
I saw this when it came in. Okay, I didn't read it all the way though.
You're welcome, Mims.
Okay, so I'm guessing when you say do our loved ones on the other side?
Yeah, correct.
I'm just going to speak from my own feelings that I have for myself, because I'm always selling the product I don't know, as far as broad scope. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear me. Okay. Can you hear me? Okay. All right. Perfect. 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 it just seems to, it comes to me that they understand it. But I don't know if it's felt the same way that I feel it, because I have my own, I've my own human kind of understandings around pain and how it manifests and how I feel it. But I do sense, when I'm feeling pain, or when trauma happens to me, I do sense my loved ones on the other side almost feel like coming to my rescue. So I think there's an understanding, and they know exactly the medicine I need, but do they feel it? I don't know that they feel it or feel the same pain. I just think they have like an understanding of what I need here in the human realm, so to speak. So it's almost like they're thinking of it more in an ethereal kind of, more, spiritual kind of way. It's just, I guess it hits different for them.
Yeah. And I've asked that. I love that question, and I'm going to jump in here.
Thank you for the question.
It's a great one. And I've asked Spirit that question specifically. And the answer that they give is that they have an awareness or an ability to be in the recognition, but that they don't take it on the emotional kind of feeling part that we do in the human experience. So the answer is no, they don't feel it like we do here. So they mirror, if you will, so that we can further be in that communication and the depth and the understanding, but they don't feel it like we do here on Earth. They don't have a pain body, is what they have said many times. So it's an interesting one, fascinating question.
Yeah, and I'm curious why I was chosen for that. Just curious.
Stouffer in the
It's
hot
meant to be.
Because I've dealt with so much pain in my life. You feel that?
She's feeling your pain.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't feel all the pain I've been through.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. They were wanting me to say one thing about it. LR72, are you still here? Yeah, there you go, Pamela. Yeah, you needed to hear that. But they're actually wanting me to share this part, that in the life reflection that we all go through as we are transitioning, we get to, and it's almost in the feeling of, it's closer to what we feel here on the earthly experience as humans, that in the life reflection, they get to feel, if you will, in a different way, all of the impact that they've had from all of their, choices in life and how that's rippled out. That's what we get to experience. And it's not the same as feeling, but they wanted me to add that to it. Anyways, there you go. Great question. And LR72, are you still here? And thank you, Vivian, for entertainment purposes only. And that music was, I chose it from the royalty-free section of YouTube. So I shouldn't get banned, I hope.
Not for that. For something else, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And I don't see LR72. So we're going to move on to Water Lily. This one stood out to me. And Spirit wants us to go there on the heels of that question. So I think this is a really interesting one. How do I get past this psychic block I have? Can you actually, Psychic Lily, are you still here? Are you still here? Oh, perfect. She is here. Can you, what you feel comfortable sharing, just go a little deeper into that? I just need a little bit more direction or clarity about what you're asking. Was it someone told you this, or did you tell yourself this? If you could answer that, please. Please, please, please. Oh, yes. And Patricia, thank you so much. As we're waiting for that, I'm going to put that up here. My friend Patricia, who did my art, that's over here, all the way from Australia, the land down under, that a friend of hers, and I've seen her work, Barbara, she does the alchemy stones. So if that one just jumped out. So if people are interested, thank you for putting that in the chat to check it out. And I think I think you said she has a YouTube channel as well, if I remember. And Water Lily said, I told myself this. It's something I feel. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Can I jump in?
Yes, please. I think we're all like, we want like friend to friend, or do you want this like, because I think they're both going to align. I love it. Jump in.
More tough love coming. No, I actually get something very interesting. I feel like, would you understand Water Lily? I feel like the confidence or what you thought was not blocked. I feel like it would. Let me articulate this better. I feel like you might have been comfortable in the connection and what you were getting and how it was operating for you, and then it kind of went away a little bit, and this kind of has you frustrated. So I feel like it was there, or you felt good with it, and then we're kind of blocked again. And I'm getting that if you're looking for some kind of like advice, I'm getting that there might be some triggers that happen that have to do with some things that still need to be healed from back. This is like past energy. So what I'm getting is writing. So I don't know if you've ever done this before. It's helped me. Writing yourself a letter to like kind of think of where you were when some trauma happened or some triggers happened for you. For me, it was when I was quite young, and writing that version of you a letter from the you now. And it really helps with some healing. And that's how I unlock some of my own blockages when I kind of first started. So it is a process, but really kind of identifying, kind of what it is, whether it's healing some traumas or there's something kind of going on right now, because it does feel a little hazy when I kind of tap in. So there's something you just kind of need to clear out.
Yeah.
So Stouffer, I'm feeling like I'm with you on what you just said, because I drew a card that made me think of writer's block. That you mentioned the writing, and I did get this card. This is lilac lantern stuff. So that sounds like a good tool for you for sure. The cloudiness that you mentioned, I got. I'm still always trying to learn these cards a little bit myself, but it's like a black shaded gray, but it's got this weird. It's actually a cloud. So I think this is just kind of self-explanatory. This is the blockage there.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be a surprise. I think it's going to sneak up on you when it finally does kick in. That's what I'm feeling with that card. It's going to be a matter of time. It's definitely going to arrive for you. And then these are just, one says decision and one says trust. So I guess it's really you said that it's kind of a self-inflicted thing that you're doing. So, make that decision and trust yourself on everything. And, there's such a thing. And I used to do it and I still do it sometimes. It is so difficult to just go with it. You really need to, regardless of how something is feeling or how it sounds when it's flying out of your mouth, just go there, say it and feel it and do it, because there's meaning behind it. And even if it doesn't seem to make sense in that moment, it will. It will somehow down the line. It will surprise you. It's like that the bunny and it's a surprise. You will realize that maybe what you have been calling a block all this time, maybe you weren't blocked all along.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be something that's going to be interesting for you. So that's what I'm getting.
I love it. And I'll just kind of quickly recap the feeling the world card. So it's just feeling into that. And I know you're an empath. And so in that, Spirit's saying that there's been some stories that were created that don't serve you. So that releasing kind of component that Stouffer was like tapping into, you have the ability to release that. So in it, this card is just so brilliant. In the opening of the discovery, there's the keyhole there. You actually are the one to hold the key. And this is the simple part about it that can be as complicated as we make it, that you are the change. So simply you writing a new story about not being blocked, because that story was actually not the truth. And there's something around your sensitivities and you bringing that on, that you made it the truth, but you actually get to be the one to release that, and only you. So in that power, draw upon that knowing by nature that we don't have blocks. And when we feel like we do, it's that illusion. And simply sometimes it's just a redirection to go in another path. And that if we ever, and because here's the thing that Spirit tells us time and time again, we're never going to miss anything that we're supposed to get. We'll never miss it. It might just be a timing thing where they're redirecting you, temporarily, but go to that place of that deeper knowing where there are no blocks. So hopefully that resonates, and all the best to you. I love you. I love Water Lily's energy. I just have to say that. So magnetic. So there you go. All right. So maybe we'll do one more. If there was one that I wanted to do, another Amy. Is Amy Siaka? Siaka. Amy, are you still here? Amy.
You're welcome, Water
Lily.
Of course. And I think actually this is really important too. Exactly. Yep.
Amy's here. Yay.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, Amy, let's put your question back up there. I think it was message from parents, mom and dad, John and Madonna. Madonna's Italian.
What's her last name? Ciccone?
Connie. Yeah. Ciccone. Something like that. Something like that. A message for you. And welcome. I don't think we've read for you before, so that's a blessing. Nice. I don't know where that card came from. Oh. Amy.
Chechka. That's how you say Amy's name. Chechka.
Chechka. Beautiful. Okay.
Okay, I'll go first. I have some messages coming through.
Okay.
So, Amy, with your parents, John and Madonna, they immediately take me to this very interesting love story. So, I do feel a very strong bond with them to each other, if you can understand that. And I feel like they're giving me that it's kind of unique, their story of coming together. They also give me this really interesting, kind of free spirit kind of energy around them as well. I believe they also instilled this in you is just this kind of free thinking, a creative kind of environment. They give me 5, so we'd understand them either being one of them being of 5 siblings or having 5 children. They also want to talk about the 3 birthdays because they're like boom, boom, boom. There's like 3 celebrations happening, or either birthdays right around a holiday. But I'm getting like this consecutive celebrations that were always like a thing in the family. For you, they want to come forward and give a message of doing, they're saying one thing at a time. So I feel like there's some things going on right now where you're kind of starting the next thing before one is finished. So they're telling me put a bow on it first. It feels to me like it might be with education. So the message is really just to kind of focus and not get ahead of yourself, if you can understand that. So they are with you. It feels very close, and just coming forward with a lot of love.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was picking up on that, that love, that bond that they have, and being in the demonstration as parents. Like they did a really good job. Like they take this pride feeling around the job as parents. So just acknowledging that, and then just it feels like the message is invitation to the rest and renewal, and moving into winter, those kind of months where we go a little more inward, actually feels really timely for you. And in that they're acknowledging your strength, and you don't have to go into the detail of it, but just your strength around they're saying the situation or just what's occurring, and this aspect of you, standing your ground and just being firm and planted in where you stand, because it's like there's this feeling that you're clear on it. You know where you stand. So that's the energy that's coming in from mom and dad for you. So. Mm-hmm. Oh, and then there was actually, you were talking about dates. There was the significance about the month of March and October, and I could smell fresh flowers. So I don't know if you just cut some flowers, brought some flowers in, but I could smell the fresh flowers. So that's what came through.
Over here, I'm really getting a whole lot about I'll say you mentioned strength. I got the strength card. I did get that, and I got the 7 of inspiration too. And I think, Amy, that you are, I think you're pretty resilient. I think you're really good at really pushing through and overcoming those obstacles for yourself. And you're even able to support others in the same manner. I did see in the chat, just like a couple seconds ago, that you said that there were 8 children. I got the 10 of materials. So that's a family of 10.
Yeah.
So there's that family, that love, that togetherness there. But with self-care, I got the 4 of voices, which is the 4 of swords. And this made me feel like you really need to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Don't put yourself on the back burner. I don't know if maybe that's a only child here. I don't know if that's probably a product of a larger family. Maybe sometimes you're not quite up front all the time, or maybe you are. I don't know. But I got the moon, and I got the Knight of Emotions, which is like the Knight of Cups. And I think that love is offered to you all the time with the moon. I'm really seeing that as almost maybe in tune with the, normally I will say fear or hidden things or something. But I'm kind of feeling like the retrograde vibe. I'm wondering if maybe you're picking up a lot of extra feeling and emotion right now because of what the plants and stars are doing right now. But keep doing what you're doing. Take care of yourself, and you're surrounded by love.
Mm-hmm. Lots of love.
Yeah.
How lovely. Well, that was wonderful.
Yeah.
Thanks, friends. Stouffer, Lisa, this was enjoyable.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
It was a pleasure. So all their contact info is in the description. Stouffer's offerings, Lisa's offerings. You're running that special, Lisa. I just wanted to clarify that for the hour reading.
Our reading, $55. In the next week, email me, lisa@spiritintuitive.com, and we will work out a time to hang out, either through Zoom, where I send you a link, or we can do it over the phone. It doesn't